This is the best of the best here. This is a new kind of time. I don't usually spend time going over high-level replays, partially because it's kind of hard to get them. Bless no regret for posting this to Reddit. Did he really need to push in there? He was all in. He lost multiple bases. He had basically one advantage left, which was having more army value. So he could have continued to play passively, but that would have probably benefited TY more, because TY had more resources, more workers, more bases, more everything. So he was trying to catch TY on his remax, which I think was kind of one of those doing the best you can in a bad situation, but no doubt it was a bad situation. So this map is very heavily Terran favored. It's kind of a bad Zerg map. There are a lot of walls and stuff. It's playable. By a huge advantage, I probably mean like 5%. So it's probably like 45% of the time Zerg wins against Terran or TOS here. Okay. So gas first and then barracks. Is that normal? I thought it was barracks gas. Who knows, dude? Who knows? Reaper expand. Standard as hell. Hatch gas pool for Zerg. We've got Overlord. 4 lings from the main. Queen. Pulling 2 off gas. Cool. Reactor. Factory. Nice. I don't know if anyone saw GSO Code S. I watched D-Laser versus Bjorn the first time. I guess they played each other in their revenge match, right? But Bjorn's playing... Oh god. Yeah, TY does this quite a bit. Just randomly proxying the starport. The thing with Terran buildings is when you proxy, it's not 100% committal like a Protoss one, because you can just fly your starport back home. It's a long time till mutas or corruptors are out, so it's not like a pack of queens is gonna run over and kill this. So he's making a medivac from this. I guess it's for like the fastest Hellion drop of all time. He's going for a world first or some world record. Gas first, if not bio. Thank you. Today I learned. You see, I'm learning here. That's what this is about. I'm learning. Maybe you're learning too. Maybe you're teaching me. How did he know about this? It seems like Solar got a sense that this was coming, but I'm not sure how. Remember what I said in the previous one, there is metagame value here, right? So this is not their first rodeo. They've played against each other many times. Oh, did this Ling see it? Oh, he did. Oh, yeah, that's a perfect read. Awesome. Yeah, because he sent the Overlord in here, right? And he just saw this. Usually Terran puts all their production here, if they're keeping it in their main. They put it all together because then they can lift stuff and swap to add-ons as they need them and stuff. So I think his thought process was 3-minute Overlord scout, see what's up. You see this and it's like, alright, there's a piece of the puzzle missing. There's hidden something. Hidden base, hidden starport. Crouching Tiger, hidden whatever. This is it. So he sends the Ling. Looks around. Boom. Got him. Got him. He knows. He knows now. So, production. He's making drones. He doesn't really need to make that many more units against this. Because the Hellion drop is one that's kind of based on surprise value. They're not just trying to hit you in the face, like, directly. It's kind of going in the back door and hoping that it's unlocked. Thank you, Ongar. Why did he... what? Okay, so this ended up being very effective even though he knew that it was coming. Let's see what he could have done better there, because that seemed really unnecessary to me. So he's making 4 drones and 4 lings right now. Units tab, 33 drones, 8 lings. So he has lings here. Solar's Overlord spread, I don't know if he's having a tough day or if he doesn't usually prioritize that, but it seems very lackluster. Like this Overlord being here This is a well-placed one. So he's getting the queens out. 3 lings here. 2 lings here. 2 lings here. So he's kind of spread out at the moment. He's trying to focus the medivac. Yeah, this is going to end up doing more than enough work, too. Shit, dude. I would say even just from the lost mining time alone it was worth it, but he also killed workers. Eightlings would have been enough if they were all represented here. Maybe he thought that it wasn't a medivac. He may have thought that it was going to be a liberator. Because if it was a liberator, then the 3 queens in the main would have been fine. That's part of the joy of Terran, right? You see a starport with no add-on, it could be a liberator, it could be a medivac, it could be a Viking. Who knows? No one knows. Okay, so once again, it seems like TY is entering the mid-game from a strong position. That seems to be the theme of this series. Is Solar is consistently taking too much damage from whatever 5-minute, 4-minute shenanigan comes out of TY. Mithlay, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Sweet. So, let's see what he can do with this. Because you're not dead, right? You're not fully dead. He's taken more damage than he would have liked to. But he does have 3 fiery toilet monsters wandering around on the map. Wow. Look at this. Killed the SCV with the Biles. Now he's going for a Bling Ravager attack. Okay. So he's kind of pressuring a little bit in the soft spot. Whenever you go for a Hellion starport opening into bio, there's a bit of a weak point where Zerg can kind of bully the Terran a little bit. It doesn't last too long though, because once Stim gets done and the Marine count builds up, it's no problem. They can do whatever. It kind of turns into a normal macro game. But this is his way of delaying TY's third by a little bit. He lost more Overlords. How many kills does the Viking have? Is the Viking dead? Did he not make a Viking? I'm pretty sure he made a Viking. Whatever. Whatever, dude. Okay. So this space is perfectly saturated. He's going for a Spire again. This is a good Spire map. What are his upgrades? Let's see the upgrades. Upgrades. There we go. Ling speed is the only upgrade for either player in the game. Cool. Banes. He's expanding toward the opponent. This space is kind of nice because it sets yourself up to attack the Terran around the 4 to 5 base stage. So he could try to deny the 5th from Terran. Creep spread is pretty decent. 68 workers to 59. Did he intentionally stop making workers this time? This push has been very common in my games lately, where they hit you with almost 100% Marines and a bunch of tanks. A couple medivacs for fun. So he's taken a longer route, but it's one without creep. Oh, these tank plays are all about using those rocks against the opponent. Okay. Oh, Mutas. Shit. Okay, now he has 68 workers, 64. Lingbane Ravager Muta. Why not just put the Mutas down here? Kill these. Okay, he's got some mutas. Terran's making bio stuff. And it can kind of get more and more nasty, right? Because this is one clump of Terran shit. And then this is the second one. So knowing how to divide your forces in a responsible way, where you don't just die to one of the many prongs. Oh, it's a Baneling flank. Wow. Okay, 9 mutas. 64 drones. Terran's taking the 4th. Thor. Lift up a factory and then put it back down. That's the spirit. He's picked off 2 of these tanks. He just wants to chip away at the tanks and then he can send in the Ling Bane and clear this area. So Terran's pretty far ahead in supply, but a lot of his Marines, which isn't super good. What are his upgrades? 2-2 yet? 2-2 is on the way. This is an interesting position to take because it doesn't really lead into anything. It's kind of just, yeah, there are tanks that could shoot creep tumors in this upper area. Does anyone notice these treasure chests? When I'm analyzing and watching games, I always notice different cool stuff on the map. Ling Bane Muta going in. 98 Lings, 13 Mutas, 27 Banes. If you want the unit ratio. Is he gonna go for it? He's going. Sea Monster 14 runs. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Okay, so the 4th base was delayed. That's kind of nice. Marines at the 4th. Wonderful. So yeah, in this game, it seems like Solar has really solidified his position. He has his bases. He's defending stuff. I mean, yeah, Terran's powering up, but it's more on terms that allow Solar to keep his footing. He's not really lost in the woods, and he hasn't been mortally wounded. The Hellion drop was a little bit unfortunate. With a Baneling style like this, Zerg can spike their army value up really high. And it's kind of for one engagement, right? Because Banelings, if they detonate, they die. So it's not the most efficient, but it does create a big problem for Terran. He may just be able to punch through here. The Mutas killed a whole bunch, and they got out. Conserving the Mutaflock is super important if you're playing Mutas. And notice that the Mutas weren't with the main fight. They went over here to mess with this base. Yeah, TY is pretty stuck now because he needs another base. He could fly his main out whenever that mine's out to the gold or something. But this is less than ideal. Because, yeah, he's going to have a lot of trouble getting maxed out again. What is happening here? Is there SCV that he told to build a base, but there's already an SCV? Oh, no, he's flying his main there. I see. These 3 Ravagers have been alive this whole time. That's amazing. They kind of synergize with this army if you think about it. They're fast. They have a lot of range, which means they're not likely to make it to the front line. There's just so much lane buffer that they can just fire some shots. He just made these, I think, because of the Starport Liberator stuff, and he wanted to pressure the wall a little bit. But it's always kind of cool when you've had some units that have survived almost the whole game. Lings are working on this. Yeah, so Terran would want to have a depot or something here. Some way of knowing for sure that those rocks are still closed. Big Mutaling backstab. If he can get on the production, he wins. Okay, so TY's running home. So this is, again, another point where the match is being played on Solar's terms instead of TY's, where Solar is deciding where the fight is going to be. Continuing to backstab and be annoying. Oh god. The Thors give Mutas a stern look and the Mutas just evaporate. It's the Batman medivacs. The ones that go the furthest into the enemy territory. Okay, so Solar has a bank and he's maxed. TY does not have a bank and he's not maxed. Ultra transition. Yeah, I think this is kind of a done deal. Done deal for the bugs. Bam. Bam-a-lam. So Thors do trade pretty well with Ultras. The problem is you need a lot of them, and it's better if they're upgraded. Well done, Solar. Dude, the Hellion drop with the proxy starport. Ugh. Yes, this is from Memes and Dreams. He did post it. Very kind of him. Bam-a-lam. Well, cool. I'm enjoying this. What do people think? Is this cool? Is this fun? This saves my wrist and forearm sometime. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.